welcome to my channel, Authentically Amber. I'm Amber, and today I want to start a 4-part series on menopause. It is a popular topic, but it is one that has impacted my life in a significant way, and I want to share a little bit about that today. I want to break this up into 4 parts because I actually sat down and wrote out the symptoms that have affected me personally after my surgeries, and I came up with like 29 different symptoms, so that is entirely too much material to cover in one video, and nobody has the attention span, I know I don't, for that. So we're going to break it up a little bit, and I'm going to share what has helped me and share some tips, and as with anything else, any recommendations that you hear about, run them by your doctor, and whether it be a natural supplement or any type of new regimen, always check with your healthcare provider. So let's jump right in, and first of all, let me give you a little background about how did I come upon menopause at age 46 back 3 years ago. First of all, in January of 2016, I had some pain in my side, so I went to the ER, and they ran a CT scan, which then I was referred to a doctor to see what it was, and it turned out to be my gallbladder. But also that CT scan showed that I had a very large fibroid, uterine fibroid. And then I was referred to a GYN. So then I would have to have a hysterectomy. And I was hoping to hold on to my ovaries, so I just had the uterus and my fallopian tubes and the cervix removed during my hysterectomy in order to preserve my ovaries and not send me into instant presto menopause. That was the goal. But then when the pathology came back in December of 2016, that my uterine fibroid was actually a rare aggressive cancer. So my GYN referred me to a cancer hospital, and I would need another surgery, which was just not anything what anybody wants to hear, that you have a rare aggressive cancer. I didn't know what that would mean for me. I didn't know if I would have to go through chemotherapy. It was a shock. And so I met with the oncologist GYN at the cancer center, and then I had my 3rd surgery in a 12-month period in February of 2017 to have my ovaries removed, and also 10 lymph nodes to make sure that the cancer had not spread or to what extent it might have, and some exploratory surgery. So the results came back a week later in February of 2017 that everything came back clean, that apparently the cancer seemingly was contained, and that was the most excellent news we were holding our breath to receive. So I would not be referred to have chemotherapy, and from what I subsequently learned, that even chemotherapy does not respond to the type of cancer that I had. I had what is called leiomyosarcoma. It's a soft tissue cancer, and it does not respond to chemotherapy. There are no blood tests apparently that will pick up on this leiomyosarcoma, and it does not show up on PET scans, PET scans that a lot of cancer patients do undergo. So my only hope of them catching any recurrence is just based on my physical symptoms, and also checkups. I have been going for the last 2 years, every 3 months, to the cancer center for checkups, and since everything has been good over the last 2 years, now I am referred to go every 6 months for a checkup. So that is good news. So anyway, let's get back to the menopause. Once they removed my ovaries, then I was thrust into a shock, menopause. And this is called surgical menopause, when you are not already in active menopause and then your ovaries are removed, which means your body no longer has the necessary estrogen to support really everything from head to toe. So this is called surgical menopause. Now, how is that different from traditional menopause? Traditional menopause, a woman has many years for these symptoms to gradually occur over the hot flashes and so on. But with surgical menopause, it is literally like having the rug removed from underneath of you, and your body is in for a shock. It no longer has the support that literally affects every function of your body, which is what this 4-part series will entail. We will review all of the ways that it has impacted me and some of the things that have helped me along the way. Now, while you may not be experiencing surgical menopause, it is certain that at some point in every woman's life, should she live long enough, you will experience menopause. And so if I can help any woman out there with any one of these symptoms, then my job, my heart will be happy. So, because when I was embarking on this journey, it was much like a walk in the dark. I read every book I could get my hands on. I read copious amounts of articles online, and I was always amazed when I would go for doctor's appointments, different specialists, at how very little information they gave out and how much they did not know. I was just amazed when I posed the question to my oncologist, GYN, who did my oophorectomy, the ovary surgery. I asked him about brain fog on one of my 6-week checkup, because I just couldn't believe how much I was experiencing. And he acted like he never heard of brain fog as a result of menopause. And that might have been true. I am going to assume it was, but the fact is that these symptoms that we go through are real. And we need some support, we need information, and we need resources. So that is what one of the hopes of this YouTube channel is, to offer hope and encouragement to women who are experiencing menopause. And if you are not currently in menopause, maybe you know someone who is, and maybe you know someone who could use these tips and encouragement. So I'd be glad if you could share my videos with them, and maybe it could help to enrich their quality of life. And so if you don't know anybody in menopause and you are not currently in menopause, thirdly and lastly, perhaps it could lend a little insight into what women go through, and maybe make you a little bit more compassionate to any woman out there from, say, ages 40 to 99, because at some point she will be going through these changes. So let's jump right in without further ado. So the first symptom that I want to go over is hot flashes, thus the trusty fan. I've brought props today, guys. Hot flashes are probably one of the most, the most popular symptom of menopause that we hear. In fact, sometimes people can probably think that that's the only symptom of menopause, which is so untrue. But it can be a debilitating one, because it impedes quality of life and sleep for sure. But let's talk about that. What things can help us in our journey of menopause with hot flashes? One thing that my GYN recommended is a natural supplement called Relazin. And this is actually from Switzerland. It's a Swedish flower pollen extract. And because, let me preface this by saying I cannot take HRT because of the cancer risk. And even if I didn't have that cancer risk, I honestly would not want to go on HRT just because of the risks and side effects. There are bioidentical hormones that would probably be a path that I might check into, but also I'm all about all natural remedies. So if I were not averse to the cancer risk options, I would probably look into some soy herbal supplements, and they have all sorts of menopause natural supplements out there that if it weren't for the risk, like I said, for the cancer recurrence, then I would definitely look into some of those. But because of my cancer history, I cannot. So I am relying on other methods to limp along during this journey. And so this Relazin, I was taking this for a while when I was really having a lot of hot flashes and sleep disturbances. I will say it takes at least 2 to 3 months for this to really get going in your system. But once that does happen, you will have a much better quality of sleep, which affects everything, your outlook on life, your productivity, everything. So I definitely suggest asking your GYN or your primary care about Relazin. They may not have heard of it, but look it up on the internet, bring them some information sheets. Like I said, I am always amazed at how some of these options just doctors are not aware of. So do your own research. Be your own advocate during this process. It will do you well. So Relazin is a good option. I stopped taking it several months back because I wasn't having as many hot flashes and I felt like I didn't really need it anymore, but I definitely have it on hand should I need it in the future. So definitely recommend. This is like about the only product that really helped me with the hot flashes. So definitely recommend that. I have the fan here because I was going to suggest hot flashes are made worse if your room temperature is not cool enough. So you want to have ceiling fans, a desktop fan, whatever, the thermostat low. You definitely, especially when you're sleeping, you need it to be a certain temperature because your body just cannot regulate without the estrogen your internal temperature. So for me, a lot of times lately, I have been vacillating. Either I'm really hot or then I get really cold. I have read that perhaps this is a dysfunction of the thyroid, which regulates your internal temperature. I am not a medical professional. I am only a patient. But we can do certain things to not exasperate the situation. And another thing that I have learned is excessive caffeine can bring on hot flashes. So you definitely want to limit your caffeine and spicy foods. They can definitely make it worse. So you want to limit your spicy food intake. So there are some things that you can do to lessen the hot flashes. Obviously, dressing in layers, cotton fabrics are best. Breathable. Your skin needs to breathe. Because literally when we have hot flashes, I know for me, I feel like I have to get out of there. I gotta do something like now. It's like fight or flight. I gotta leave. So you don't want to put yourself in that position as much as possible. Anything you can do to make that better for you is best. So don't dress in thick layers. We live in Florida, so we wear a lot of t-shirts. But definitely cotton fabrics. Let your skin breathe. It needs to. So yeah, hot flashes. So comment below if any of this has helped you or what you have done. I'd be glad to hear back from you. And then the second symptom that I have gone through and experienced post-op, especially after my oophorectomy, the third surgery that I had, is nerve pain. I have a lot of nerve damage. Pretty much from my leg joint down to my foot is numb. Not totally, but it is numb. I initially had a lot of nerve pain in my thigh. That has kind of simmered down. I'm hoping for more nerve regrowth, but nerves regrow at a snail's pace. So I don't know. Some nerve damage is permanent. So I don't know. But sometimes my foot feels like it's kind of permanently asleep. And I have had some nerve damage on my left arm, pretty much the left side of my body. Although sometimes my right arm will tingle and feel like it's going to sleep. And from my shoulder to my fingertips, I have some numbness. I have been referred to a neurologist. I have undergone an MRI, a brain MRI. Turns out everything's all right. I have undergone some nerve testing with needles and electricity. I don't recommend it. It was extremely painful. Extremely. Turns out all my nerves are fine. So my PC was pretty concerned about the nerve issues, particularly on my upper body. He could certainly understand from the waist down, given my 3 abdominal surgeries, but we don't know. We don't know. It seems doctors don't know what to do with me. But all I know is, before the oophorectomy, I wasn't this way. So I don't know what the answer is, but that is a significant symptom that I have experienced. There's really not a whole lot to do about that other than good nutrition and pray that the nerves regrow. Thirdly, I want to talk about leg cramps. This was not an early on symptom, but the last 6 months, I guess, I have experienced a lot of kind of like Charlie horses in my legs, and they are very intense at times. And so for the leg cramps, I take periodically the Noon tablets, N-U-U-N. These are hydration tablets you dissolve in a bottle of water. And they have, you know, all the electrolytes. It's like Gatorade in a tablet, basically. And again, check with your PC, your healthcare provider, if this is something that would work for you. It does have potassium and all of that good stuff in it. And I notice if I take this, then I don't have the leg cramps. My potassium was just slightly low in December. And that's something my primary care is following with me. And ironically, during that time, I was having heart palpitations and some chest pain, which referred me to the cardiologist, and a lot of testing, and a month long of a heart monitor, which was a royal pain. Everything turned out fine with that. But anyway, I'd suggest looking into the Noon tablets, talking to your PC about your leg cramps. I've also had ultrasounds for my legs to rule out any blood clots. I've had those several times. I've had pretty much every type of scan, you guys. I'm scanned out for a while. But no leg cramp, no leg, blood clots. So that's good. So I don't have been having the leg cramps, but I have. All right, so let's talk about joint pain. Joint pain is real, you guys. That is probably one of the biggest symptoms, if I could rank them in order of severity, that I have experienced. When you do not have that estrogen in your joints, it is major, guys. And I have found this all-natural supplement to be my saving grace. I make sure that I have a good supply of this at all times. And this is put out by Vimerson Health, and I order it on Amazon. It is glucosamine, chondroitin, turmeric, and MSM. And this is by far, I've tried other supplements, but this is by far the most comprehensive supplement and really helps me. If I take this every day, I don't have joint pain, which is huge. But if I don't, my shoulders kill and my hips hurt so bad. And it is such an intense pain, like nothing else I've ever felt. Your bones, they're just hurting, and that is intense because you don't have the estrogen that you used to. So if you suffer from joint pain of any kind, arthritis, etc., check with your PC, see if this is something that you could take. Obviously, I'm not telling you to run out and buy it because I'm not a healthcare professional. So that's my little disclaimer here, guys. But do your research. Try things, try supplements that might work after you talking to your PC, because there's no sense in you suffering in pain when there's resources out there. So highly, highly, highly recommend Vimersin Health, chondroitin, glucosamine, turmeric, and MSM. Best product I've ever tried for joint pain. All right, and now we're going to talk about sleep issues real quick, because sleep is huge. I'd say in order of severity of symptoms that have affected me, it's probably hot flashes, joint pain, and sleep. Sleep, you need it, guys. So here are a few things that have helped me. But let me preface that by saying, during menopause, during this time, whether you're surgically menopausal or traditionally menopausal, be good to yourself. Listen to your body's cues. If something's out of whack, do some research on it. Go to your PC. Don't just live in misery, because there are things, you know, whether it's a medicine, whether it's an herbal supplement, whether it's a lifestyle change, you can do things to help yourself. So don't suffer. So I highly recommend chamomile tea at night for sleep. This one, I've tried many different brands of chamomile tea, but the Tazo Calm chamomile is the one that I like the best, because it has just a little bit of mint with it. And so that with some honey and just a dash of milk in it, I love it. It's just soothing and relaxing. This is good for any time in the evening. Also, two things here that have helped me. This is tea tree oil made by Earth Therapeutic. Tea tree oil foot repair balm. I just put a little bit on my heels and my feet, and the tea tree oil makes me sleepy. Again, same concept here. This is Heal-tastic, Earth to Skin Intensive Heal Therapy. This has tea tree oil in it also, and it comes in a tube. I just rub a little bit of this on my feet and my heels, and I generally sleep like a dream. Definitely helpful. So highly recommend this. You can get it from Amazon. Walmart carries this. This always makes me sleepy because of the tea tree oil. Of course, you could mix up your own tea tree oil with a carrier oil and just rub it on your feet. It is relaxing, and anything that helps your body to just relax and calm down will help you with your sleep. And then, of course, cotton nightwear. You need to get rid of pretty much everything that's not cotton, because during this time when you struggle with hot flashes, your skin, your body needs to breathe. So cotton, the more natural the fibers, the better off you will be. So lastly, I want to talk about fatigue. Fatigue is real. I suffer less with fatigue now, the further out I get from my original surgeries. However, I still get tired fairly easy, but that's why it's really important for proper nutrition. So I highly recommend a good plant-based multivitamin. This one, I've been taking New Chapter for forever. I have a sensitive stomach, and because it is plant-based, there's nothing in this that will bother my stomach. I can take it on an empty stomach. Does not make me nauseous. Very soft and gentle. This particular one is Every Woman's One Day Multi. This is for 40 plus. They have ones for, you know, younger. They have, my husband takes the men's version, and very good nutrition. So check with your PC about that. And of course, hydration. Hydration is key. See this big bottle, guys? I drink so much water during the day, but we'll talk about that in another video. But stay hydrated. Stay, focus on your nutrition, fruits and vegetables, all of these things, and then getting the proper sleep. All of these things will go to really help your overall wellness through this time, because you really need to focus on the, aspects of your nutrition to fight fatigue. These things can really aid you during this time, because your body is under tremendous stress. So we have to address these issues for your quality of life. This can be the best time of your life, despite all of these symptoms that I just have been talking about. But it's like with anything else in life, life is what you make it. So despite all of these lemons, make lemonade. Make it your best season in life yet. So, life is what you make it. So let's make it a great day. So stay tuned for more videos. And lastly, there is another thing here on my table, and this is a tiny little, isn't it cute? Tiny little mason jar of marbles. Why do I have marbles here? I joke with my kids that that's where all my marbles are. But really, maintain a sense of humor, because you can only take your set of symptoms and circumstances so seriously. Not saying don't take them seriously, but keep your sanity. Keep a sense of humor, guys, because, this is life. And like I said, it is what you make it. So make it a good one. So stay tuned for part 2 of the menopause symptoms, and I'll be going over things that can help you. And thanks for watching, guys. I would ask that you would please subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.